Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It is Forens, the foodie.
And we are back with another episode.
Yes, after a hiatus. Much has happened in that time.
What has happened?
You went to Egypt.
Oh, yeah, I did go to Egypt.
I went to Amsterdam. I feel like, have we even done an episode this month? Maybe, who knows? I can't remember.
I think we did one. It's been 3 weeks.
Okay.
That we haven't done an episode.
Yeah.
And this episode is not what it was supposed to be. So sometimes it happens, life.
It bees like that. We actually just felt like sometimes what you need is what's different from what you want, and this is what you need.
Oh, as in you, the listener.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course, because we're always thinking of you, the best.
We're always thinking of you. So today we are doing a sinners conversation.
We're doing a credits. Our mini episodes where we talk about whatever we want, and what we want to talk about today is sinners. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now,
then sorry.
Not really sure what you're doing. What do you mean? Sorry, you just watched it yesterday. Give them some grace.
So I watched it ahead of the recording. So sorry to you. And by the time this comes out, I would have watched it a while ago now. So sorry for you.
I feel like you've probably seen it at this point. If you haven't, then I don't really know what you're doing. But it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I think. Okay, if I'm going to be 100% candid. Mm-hmm. I wish I had watched it a bit earlier because I feel like it was hyped up so much. I expected a lot. And I got in and I was kind of like...
I think that this happens whenever anything is like... Whenever people like something, and a lot of people like the thing. People are like, oh, it's been hyped up. It's like, it hasn't been hyped up. People just liked it a lot. So I guess then in your mind, you're like, do I have to like...
No, because I enjoyed it. Because I know I can be a hater and I'm trying to stop that because I have to...
Thank you.
I've eaten humble pie a few times now. No, it's definitely not that. It's just that I had very high expectations because everyone was like, oh my God, this movie. And I went there and I was like...
You didn't go in with a blank canvas.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted. It's a good movie. Like, I'm going to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, you should.
I just think that fundamentally it's a vampire movie.
But you can say that about anything.
No, but there was nothing... How do I say this? There was nothing groundbreaking about the plot of the movie. Like,
I can't really speak to that because I don't like horror, gore, vampire movies.
Fair enough.
I've never... I mean, if you count Twilight as a vampire movie, then I've watched a vampire movie, but I was like 12, yeah? So, and I didn't want to watch this because I don't like that sort of genre. I want to laugh or I want to be titillated, yeah? But I thought it was so much more than a vampire movie to me, but maybe that's because I haven't seen a vampire movie. Like, to me, the vampire bit was obviously very pertinent to the plot, but it wasn't really about that. That was just like a vehicle to get the love in there, or the colonization in there, or the humor in there. Do you get what I mean? Because there was like so much more to it than just, it's a vampire movie.
So if I compare it to a horror movie of its caliber, let's say Get Out or...
But Get Out's not horror though. That's like thriller.
It's classed as horror.
Is it?
Yeah, it's classed as horror.
But pretty sure it's horror. I thought it was like thriller.
It's super bloody. What do you mean?
Get Out?
Yeah, when he's killing them.
Oh, maybe my PTSD blocked that part out.
Yeah. Okay, even if you compare it to Us.
I'm saying if you compare it to like a vampire movie.
Yeah, like so.
Because I haven't watched any, so I don't have that. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so if I can, I don't know how to explain this because obviously I'm not blinded to the fact that there was so much symbolism. Like for me, just walking into a movie and I'm seeing all black cast. Obviously, the way it's shot, their skin looks amazing. Love that. A black, dark skin, plus size woman as a romantic lead. Love that. So there were things there that just got me giddy, like off the bat. But I'm talking about solely the plot itself.
And like, if you break it down to what happened.
Yes. So when I think about the plot itself, it wasn't that groundbreaking. When I think about the plot of like again, when I'm talking about like, well, maybe not like when I'm talking about movies that were super hyped up, I went in and I was like, oh my god, Get Out, Us. I'm like, oh my gosh, that plot. Like, I left being like, oh my gosh, like
this is different.
What the fuck was that? This is different. Like, even till today, there are things I still rack my brain about with Get Out. Things I still think about with Us. Even with Us, like, I've watched it, understand the plot. I still don't get half of, because it was so crazy, right?
It was very, very different. Yeah.
What the heliante, right?
Yeah.
So with this movie, it's kind of like, yeah, the plot was like vampires were trying to get into a barn and kill people. There was so much symbolism. There was so many things.
You were like, at its core, that's what it was.
Yes, and for me, that wasn't whoa. But what was whoa is a whole black cast, beautiful black people, like a plus dark skin lead, like all of these things. For me, this was what made it fantastic.
Yeah.
So again, thoroughly enjoyed it. Everyone should watch it.
Everyone should watch. And honestly, like, as a scared girly, honestly, you should watch it.
No, it was nothing. Yeah.
As in, honestly, you should watch it. Like, I mean, I was always going to watch it. When I watched it, I think, and this is the difference between, like, Forenz and I, like, I didn't even see the trailer. All I knew was Ryan Coogler, 70mm film, and maybe some blood. That's what I thought. I didn't even realize it was really about vampires until, like, really, really close to when I watched it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, in the cinema, like, ready, just in case there's any, like, you know, the first scene where he walks into the church, and then there's like the first,
I thought he was a vampire at that point.
My mind didn't even go there. I was like, shit, what's this guy been through? Anyway, so then it was like the first flashback where it's like, meow! I was like, ah! But no, I thought it was really, really good. I think the guy that plays Sammy, shout out you.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. I want to know if his voice is really that deep.
That is his voice. Oh, it's like his speaking voice, you mean?
Yeah. And his singing voice. Is he really the one singing?
Did you see the video of him singing at TD Jake's church ages ago when he was like young? That's him singing.
Oh, wow.
Did you stay for the credits? The credits. The two.
I stayed for the first credits. I didn't know there was because then they turned on the lights. I was like, oh, that's the credits.
Okay, so when I went to go see it, because I went to see it at BFI the first time, I went, and then I saw someone tweet, oh, stay for the credits, because I saw it early, so it was before the
same. So I thought I stayed for the credits.
So I stayed for the credits. Cool. Lights go, we leave. Then I see someone saying, oh yeah, the second credits. I said, care?
Same.
What's going on there? Anyway, I was like, I'm going to see it again anyway, but I went to see it in 4DX because I was like, I've seen it at BFI in IMAX 70mm. Let me go and have a different experience. So I went to see it in 4DX, and that one I actually stayed, and it's actually long. Like, it's actually isn't, I can't lie, I would have left. It's long. It's only because my friend that I went with was like, no, it's just, we have to stay for longer. It goes through all the credits, and then
I mean, I've seen it on the TikTok. I don't need to see it again. He's just singing and looking up.
Fair enough. Okay, well, his voice is fantastic.
No, his voice is fantastic.
It's when they, it's the whole bit, and I know we kind of spoke about it, and you were like, that whole scene was like in the barn and stuff, with the music and the dancing and the ancestors and the thing. I was like, this is why, in the Christianas, they talk about secular music and how it can whatever. I'm like, fam, that scene was like euphoric. I was like, oh my god, like, this is why they be telling us that the spirits are, that you shouldn't listen to Beyonce, because the spirits are really listening.
The spirits are listening. Do you know what? I would have really liked that scene if it had just been past ancestors. I think when it went to like the future, I get what they were trying to do. Don't get it twisted. I get it. I understand it. I respect it.
You just didn't appreciate it.
I just didn't appreciate. Like,
why?
When it was just
is that what?
Yeah, all the twerking and when it was like the ancestors, I loved it because I do believe that music is a very powerful tool. Like, it's in the Bible. Music is worship. Like, I feel
it's how people really was like, how they get through hard times.
Yeah, even in like a lot of folklore, like, it's passed down through music. So trust me, I get it. Like, what the music means. And the thing is that also music carries things. Like, if you think about blues,
experiences,
it comes from like the slaves. Like,
even the scene where Delta Slim and Stack and Sammy are in the car, and he's talking about like his friend that died and stuff, and it's like he's getting so emotional, he just like breaks into song. It's like sometimes your words are not enough. Like,
you have to sing it.
Like the music, like the music is what really kind of tells the story. So you can't
tell me that music where people have put pain into it, their heart, their soul, doesn't carry something in it. But I think I just would have rather it had been ancestors and not twerking.
I think also because it almost takes you out of it, right? Because you're in the time. So like right now, as we're in the movie, we're in the 1930s, right? We're not in like this. The future hasn't happened yet, so it's kind of like, oh, hold on a second. Oh
and
shit, I'm remembering that.
Ancestral things add to the spirituality. Next thing I'm seeing JT, like,
you're saying bust down wig.
What is this? Like, that
I get what you're saying. say, like,
it took me out.
enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
I wish it hadn't. But
I love that scene. And even with Pearline, when she was dancing on the stage after she just got ate out, she was living her best life. That performance, I said, you were really tearing the house down, fam.
She was
like, that was simultaneously the best and worst night of their lives.
Yeah, like, but if you think about it, a lot of that life is like that though. Yeah. I have a lot of moments in my life that have started off as what should be the best or what was a fantastic euphoric moment, and it ends up terrible.
Do you know how I know I'm not built for this life? Yeah, when like people start getting turned into vampires and stuff. Yeah, if my sister or my man got turned into a vampire, I'd have been like, alright, cool, just take me out too. Then I might as well just chill with my people. Yeah. What are we living for? What are we fighting for? What is there to what? Why are we continuing this thing? I don't know.
I don't know why. Was it? Yeah, I don't know why Smoke bothered. I'd have walked one out. I don't know. Annie, you coming? Annie, you okay?
Bite me too, bro. Let's be in this together through thick and thin.
I don't know. It's just that. Yeah, I'm not built for it. Because even as we were watching it, we saw as we went to cinema, we saw the advert for 28 Years Later. I don't know if that was one of the ads you saw.
No, what's that?
But it's a follow up from 28 Days Later. You probably haven't watched it, which is a zombie apocalypse movie.
See, that's not.
And literally, me and my friend looked at each other and we were like, "What are you living for?" Like, if there was a zombie apocalypse now, what are you actually my husband was like, no, we'll make it, you'll be with me. What are we living for? Make it and then what?
Have you seen Paradise?
No.
Oh, you should watch Paradise.
Is it a movie or a TV show?
It's a series on Disney Plus.
About what?
It's just best that you watch it.
Is it scary?
No, it's not. If I wouldn't have watched it if it was scary. Yeah, but it's not scary. It's not scary, but it's not scary. It's like Black Mirror, where it's like, rah, mad, what if this happened? But it's not scary. Okay. Like, oh, I have to run to my bedroom when I turn off the lights. It's kind of scary.
Fine, yeah. But yeah, even all of you lots that were saying the movie was scary. It was not scary. It wasn't scary.
And I think scary.
Bad people.
Oh, okay.
Take your back.
I mean, I think like there's times where it's like, you know, suspense.
Actually,
music.
Do you know what it is? It's probably more the Christian element of like people are like, oh my God, you need to pray after.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm finding my way back, so I didn't really feel
I didn't feel that. I do feel though, like, because again, this is a conversation my husband has all the time, or we have all the time, and I don't really have a response to this. I do think we need to step away from the demonization of traditional religions.
Yes, I think so too.
I'm a Christian. I don't dabble in those things because I believe there's one true God. But I don't think that everyone who does hoodoo or this or that like is like.
Do you ever think like everyone was living their life, doing their thing, serving their gods, doing whatever, and then white people came and colonized and brought Christianity, right? That's what happened. Mm-hmm. Do you ever think like, you guys came along, you forced this religion upon us, we run with it? Do you ever like battle within yourself like, what are we doing here, kind of thing?
That's why I say to you, I don't have a rebuttal for him when he says like it's a white man's religion, because like, what do I say to that?
And then it's not just a white man's religion, it's a white man's religion that you use to colonize and rule my people and like strip them of what they were doing before. Like I like, as time goes by, I really struggle. Like I'm not here saying, oh, fuck God or whatever. I'm just like, this is a bit to reckon with, actually.
I feel like, so like even my granddad, his dad was the first, how do I put this? So his dad's generation, my granddad's dad, so my great granddad's generation was like the first to step away from traditional worship. So it's not even that far removed. When you talk about colonization, it's actually
the fact that there's only one great is crazy.
It's crazy. So literally, his dad threw him out because he wanted to be Christian, and then they all like from that generation.
Your great granddad's dad,
yes,
threw him out. Okay,
yeah. So for that, then he adopted a new name and everything. So this stuff like was beyond just colonizing. Like you tore families apart and things like that. And really, realistically, people could have had the same different religions and gotten on, but because you demonized one.
Exactly.
I feel like the way I process it as a Christian is that like my Jesus isn't white. Like Jesus was not white. God is not white. God is a spirit, first of all. He's not neither man nor woman nor anything. He is beyond. But again, patriarchy and or whatnot.
They them.
And then my Jesus, literally, like scientifically, Jesus was not white. He was from like the Middle East. He was like.
Oh, speaking of the Middle East, I don't know, my geography might be off.
The Middle East.
Amen. Have you seen the Louis Theroux documentary, The Settlers?
No, I saw you post it and I was like, I need to watch this. I bookmarked it.
Oh, everybody under the sound of my voice, you need to watch that documentary. And be prepared to be like, what the fuck?
What is it about?
Kind of like, you know, in your Israel and Palestine,
Okay.
you know, innit, you're kind of like semi-aware of like the situation, yeah. But to see it
live and direct,
is
insane.
Oh, it's insane. Oh, it's so insane.
Okay,
it's so insane.
We're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we talk about themes, so obviously,
Yes.
I mean, the most basic theme was
What,
the
vampirism?
the vampires represent like colonization and cultural appropriation. That was number one. Like, I left and I was like, that is the most obvious.
But do you
theme.
feel like with what's his name, Remick, him being Irish obviously was not a mistake. Everything was very much on purpose. And it's like, you being Irish and also having been like, you know, it was like no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. I saw this guy the other day. I was in like East London somewhere, and he was wearing a t-shirt and it was like more blacks, more dogs, more Irish, and I was just like,
I love that.
Funny. But yeah, so like it's almost like he had his own experience of that, but obviously vampire life, he is now basically being the person that colonized him to others.
Yeah,
basically.
So he's basically becoming that which he hates. So he sees himself as different because he has experience of colonization.
It's like part of the clan.
Literally, me.
Impossibly.
Pals of the people, Black Lives Matter.
Pig pole rubbing clean.
Literally. But he doesn't understand that, first of all, he's trying to infiltrate a space that isn't for him. And then he wants to own it. So it's not like, oh, he's coming with the promises of freedom, of this. Again, the same thing colonizers did. When they came to Nigeria, the shores of Nigeria, and they said, we're bringing this to you. They promised so many positive and good things, knowing that all they wanted to do was steal, plunder, and rape.
But the thing is, he also vampired the whites, the clan people, them. Right? Because
He vampired them as a means to an end.
That's true. But then also, I mean, what you're saying is correct, but also it's like the reason he was like drawn
is
to
the music.
The people then was Sammy. He wanted Sammy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's colonization. That's not for you. You didn't want Sammy for his own benefit. He wanted to have his gift for himself. It wasn't about Sammy.
But his song was all right. Like, he should have been satisfied with his little.
That's what I was gonna say. His little
music.
jig.
Yeah, it was. I was moving.
And then also, I can't remember what the name is that they used to call that girl.
What girl?
Mary. She's not a quadroon.
Oh, octoroon.
Octoroon. Her. She represents. So, like, obviously, you've got the one drop rule, biracial, all of that. It's a big conversation,
racism,
right?
But okay.
So she represents how when you have that any like whatever affiliation to the black culture. And then you think you're going to help, you want to be part of the gang, you want to be down, you go out and you try to do what you think is bridging gaps, but when you really come back, what you're bringing is more problems than help. She had a very selfish approach. First of all, her being in that barn or the Duke was a very selfish act. She felt like, okay, because she wants to belong, regardless of the harm it would do for her being there, she's going to be there. And this was before she was bitten.
But also, she had like, it's not like she was just like, oh yeah, I'm fucking stacked. Like, they grew up together.
It doesn't matter if they grew up together. You need to think about the cultural whatever. Just her being there was a massive danger to all of them.
Yeah,
if a white person had seen her.
Yeah, of course, but obviously, like, there's more to it than that. It's deeper than that, right? Because even
Annie
deeper
was
than
like,
that.
But
even Annie was like, "Oh, she's family." Like, they accept. It's like they made an exception for her.
But I'm just telling you what she represents, which is a problem
all the time, and then it ends up like not in their favor and stuff. But that's why I'm saying it's like, okay, cool. But then also, like, the issue is with the one drop rule as it stands. It's like, why is that a thing?
100%. But also, you acknowledging that you have a certain level of privilege, and because you are passing. Or you're whatever you are that allows you that proximity to whiteness that gives you that privilege means that there's a certain level of, I don't know what the word is. It's basically what Drake and Kendrick Lamar have going on. Like, Drake is obviously half black, so he's black, but he needs to understand that his relationship with blackness is very different from the people he's trying to emulate. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I think that Mary was trying to use her privilege to benefit, because the reason she went out there was because they said they had money, right? And Stack was like, listen, or Smoke was like, listen, like, we ain't made no money, we can't be taking all this this plantation money. Do you know
But
what I
she
mean?
convinced Stack that she should go out there. Nobody asked her to do that.
No, of course. I'm not saying that anybody asked her. She was trying to be like, all right, cool. I'm going to put myself out there because I want to see if they can. So in her defense, she was trying to help. It's just that actually your privilege fucked up the base, basically.
Yeah, which
and
I don't
also,
doubt
I think that she also felt like safe around them, because why would you turn your back? Yeah, you've seen the drool. What, like a black person would have never gone out there, spoken to them, and then they would have backed up.
I would have never gone out there, full stop. What am I going out to?
Can we talk about Cornbread?
Cornbread is just...
What a fantastic soul. This is why I say that that movie was funny. Like, how am I laughing in a horror? I mean, I don't watch them, so maybe they do have...
No, it was... And you know, I really valued having...
Let's be kind to one another.
I really valued having that guy. What was his name again? The one that was drunk?
Delta Slim.
Yeah, I really valued having him there.
He
took the edge off. Yeah,
I did not know that.
I was watching an interview of him, but he doesn't have a British accent at all.
Yeah, I think he was here, so he was like, I don't know, like kind of old. I think he was double digits. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he left, but still, like, come on.
But you know, the black Brits do really good American accents. When they're good, they're good.
He was interviewing.
But I know that's how he talks. Yeah, that's how he talks now. Yeah.
I really like Cornbread. I really valued having the edge off with Delta Slim as well. It was nice. It was so
good. It was so funny. Those characters were so great, man. I feel like the first third of the movie was just establishing who everyone is, whatever.
And I think that was so important.
Yeah, you value them. You form opinions on them. You give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? You're like, you're invested now. And then it's like...
And then also another thing that I was reading up is that the main characters represent the 7 deadly sins.
No, is it how?
So Stack or Smoke, I can't remember which one, is greed. One of them is greed. Pearline is lust. Mary's envy. What's his face? Sammy is sloth.
Sloth? How?
So basically, the guy was saying that sloth is not just the way we think of it, as in, oh, you're lazy. Sloth is also like the relinquishing of your, like in a biblical sense, it's actually the relinquishing of your duties. So like when he stepped away from the church, which is what he was meant to do, like he was meant to take over from his dad. He was meant to be in the church. That was his duty as a son, to support his dad in the church. That was sloth, basically.
Do you think it's mad how like he turns up to church with the guitar in his hand and his face was slashed, and his dad is like, come back to church, come back to God.
I was like, bro, are you gonna ask what happened to your son's face?
You wouldn't know what's going on. Aren't you happy that I made it? Not even, oh son, you're right, son.
Literally, someone was saying that they are actually like, they represent tribal marks, which I didn't think of. Like, the Yoruba tribal marks.
Yeah. I mean, I just loved it. I just loved it so much. I was just like,
I need to go back and rewatch it now that I've literally spent like pretty much the whole of today, every free moment, just being like, Sinners explained, Sinners Easter egg. Like,
what did you think? Like, was there anything that like stood out to you, like at the time you're watching it, before you watched all the thingies, all the videos? Was there anything that you thought like,
it was definitely what the vampires represented to me. That was immediately, I got in. And how I feel about Mary, I still feel the same. I think
we need to talk about Grace.
Oh yes. So I saw this really good Asian guy that did a video
Not
about
good Asian.
Sorry, really good like commentary that an Asian guy did about how Grace's whole vibe is basically how it's like people of color, like how when it's convenient for you, you take from the culture, you're happy to be affiliated, but when it's time to stand up and fight, you only think about yourself. So
I saw that, at first I was like, okay, cool, I hear it, but then I changed my mind about her.
Why?
Do you know why? Because I feel like, yes, that point is valid, because sometimes it is very convenient being like a person of color, but like, that you're a bit higher on the rung of color, so like you don't really have the same.
Even the fact that she had the white shop and the black shop.
Yeah, but then did you see the video of like, there's actually like an old Chinese lady who was like talking about those times. That's how it was. The white people wouldn't serve the black people. The Chinese people were the only people who were allowed to have their own like shops and would serve both communities.
Oh, okay, I didn't know about that.
So there's that. But then also it's like, when you think about it, Grace, your man is gone to the wolves. He's a vampire now, yeah. He's threatening your child. No one else in there that we know of had a child to be threatened, yeah. She's not thinking, oh, fuck these black people. And I get it, like when everything started popping off, she was like, listen, we need to go, like, let's go. I hear it. You're thinking about yourself at that point. Great. Like, Stack doesn't really mean anything to you. Like, you're trying to sort yourself out. You've got your daughter waiting for you at home. This Irish man is chatting to you in Chinese, telling you how you like it. He's in your husband's mind. Like, I can't lie. Like, I see where she's coming from. Then just go
out. Why do you need to invite him in?
So this is the thing. I was like, them lot should have pushed her out. There was a point where the husband was out there, oh, you can just let us in. And I was like, everybody, push Grace out. Let her become a vampire. Close the door. Everyone here is fine. Don't you want to be with the love of your life? Push her out. But they didn't do that.
But she also didn't want to leave. She wanted the protection of them.
Yeah, because she wanted to fight so she could make it to her daughter. Right?
Well, she should have known it was.
I understand. I'm not saying what she did was right, but I'm saying that actually I hear what she's saying. Like, everybody in there.
No, I hear it in the moment, but I also feel like what the guy said is actually what she represents, because it's all about representation, right? It's all about what these things.
Yeah, it is, but it's also just about like what it is, isn't it? Like, it's also about what it is. Like, every day represents every day. Sometimes it just is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like it was because they could have had that movie without her character.
No, I'm not saying that her character wasn't necessary, and I'm not saying that.
No, what I mean is that there's a reason why they made.
No, I get it,
and they made her the one to let them in.
No, I get it, and I understand that, but I'm saying that, like, it's like with everything, nothing is one thing, right? Sometimes two things can be true, and I think that's part of it. And it's like 100%. You can be an ally when you want to be, and then not when you want to be. There's reasons behind that, right? It's like, okay, it's uncomfortable for me, it doesn't suit me, oh, actually, whatever. And that was the case. It was like, okay, cool, I actually fucked up the base, but it's also because my husband is gone and my daughter is at home, and I really believe that this vampire who came here for Sammy is really going to turn around and fly away and go and get my daughter who serves no purpose.
No, I don't dispute her reasoning, and I don't even think that I wouldn't have done the same if it was me. I just think I agree with his commentary as to this is what
the reason they put her in there.
Yeah, and what her character is meant to represent.
Yeah, why she's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that's what it is. I did read somewhere that there wasn't as much context to her character. So she actually, when she was reading the script, she told Ryan, like, bro, you need to add context as to why she makes this decision, which was good because obviously you see the montage of her thinking about her family and her this and her that. Yeah. So I get all of that, and I don't dispute her reasoning. And obviously it's a high pressure situation, but I think there's
but she fucked up the base.
Yeah,
her and Mary, they both fucked up the base. Like, if those two weren't there, chances are it wouldn't have gone down the way it went down.
Literally. And then, oh my god, there was this amazing video I watched as well that was talking about, like, black women and the representation in movies, and it was basically saying that everyone's celebrating, like, Annie and Smoke. Great, love it. I'm also part of people that absolutely loved it. That sex scene, so hot, cross my legs. But what she was saying is that the way when she came on screen, people were like, oh, why did they pick her? She looks like his mum. I'm not gonna lie, obviously the first time I see her, he was at the graveside of his baby, and then you see a figure in the background and then kids. So I was like, oh, did he go to see his mum or something? But I couldn't see her face, it was far away. So obviously when we see them, I'm like, okay,
interact.
I'm like, okay, that's his babe. And someone was like, why did they dress her that way? Even the pictures, the promo pictures and everything, the way she's dressed, everything about the posing, it's not sexual. It's not giving like, oh, I'm a sexual being. It's very much giving like, oh, I'm a maid. Like, why did they do that?
I don't think it gives maid. I think it just gives, I'm a serious babe. Like, she's literally like mother of the community. Like,
exactly, and that is the problem. Why is it? Because the girl was, at first I was like, oh, you're doing too much. But when you get into it, she was making a lot of sense. She was like, why is it that, okay, fine, we fought for representation in movies, fine. Why can't a black woman just be a sexy woman that's a love interest? Yeah, but
Pearline was sexy woman.
Pearline was sexy and a love interest, but she was seen as a temptress. She was seen as an adulteress. She was, even when you think about the context of the movie, everybody forgets that Mary was married as well.
No one forgets that. I mean, I've seen tweets, people are like, Pearline and Mary never came home, their husbands.
Okay, well, a lot of people have been like, oh, I love their love story.
I saw someone who even said that loud. Pearline probably wasn't even married. She probably was just like saying that because she didn't want Sammy.
I feel like she wasn't married, because where was your man? Like,
why was he letting you walk miles and miles in the...
Literally.
In Jim Crow?
Pearline was seen as like a temptress. She was seen as like... She then died as she was a vampire. She died. She didn't even make it out. Like, everything about her experience was seen as very negative, whereas Mary, like, there's even some redemption in it, in the sense that, oh, in the end she gets the man she loves, she did it for love, she always loved him.
Snow Allegra.
I don't know, I think they could have made what do you call it, like, okay, compare her to compare Annie to the way you see what's her name, Angela Bassett. Oh, you probably haven't watched.
Is it scary?
AHS? No. American Horror Story? No.
No, I have not.
Okay, there's an American Horror Story, people who watch it will know, where Angela Bassett is like meant to be like a voodoo priestess. Same vibes. Even within that, there was like she was still sexy. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's not, why are they portraying this woman as mother of all? She didn't even have a kid.
I mean, I hear you. I do think, though, like, she was, okay, cool, mother of the community, whatever. She was like the leader of the pack. Do you get what I mean? It's like everything that she said should happen happened. Like, Smoke didn't doubt her at all, even if he didn't really believe in what she was saying.
But you can have your ride or die, that's your girl, that's still sexy. She doesn't have to be motherfied.
I mean, so what, she should have been nakeder? Is what you're saying?
No, it's not about naked. I just think it's about the way sometimes we're presented, because it is presented sometimes as like these mother figures. Like, even she said in an interview, like, oh yeah, like, oh, like, she was his mother, his best friend, his this. Why? What, like, we don't.
Why she got the weight of the world on her back?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. When
let her be free and like.
Yeah, like Smoke also had a big whatever going on, but he was still sexy. He was still this. He was still that. Why does she have to be mother to? Or why does she have to be pictured giving little kids this and giving Smoke? Why can't she be his partner?
That was her experience. That's who she was in the community, and unfortunately, for generations, black women have been that.
And we are tired. I
don't feel like it's inaccurate. I feel like actually it's very accurate, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it was.
But I feel like if we continue to be, because not all black women are like that now.
No, of course. Probably all of them weren't like that then.
Exactly. And then also, if we continue to be represented that way, there's no shift in the dynamic. It's always going to be seen as, oh, you should be a mother figure. Like, maybe we've had that conversation.
Movie. But to be fair, like, I feel like we're rejecting that now anyway, so.
Yeah, but it just don't represent us that way as well. But other than that, I mean, on a very, like, not on a very, even on a deep level, I liked, like, what he did was groundbreaking, just that alone. Because literally, I was talking to my friend about it, and he was like, I can't say when I've seen like a plus size dark skinned woman as a sexual lead. Like, you might see them in a relationship, like, oh, like that woman that's always crying, that's in a lot of Tyler Perry movies where she always gets cancer. I've forgotten her name. Okay. But she was one of the original Dream Girls. If I show you a picture of her, you'll know her.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, she'll be like in a relationship, but she'll be married and like matronly. Like, this is the first time you see, like,
be a bad bitch is what you're saying.
Yeah, but like, even with that and I was saying to him, oh yeah, like, obviously Queen Latifah and stuff like that, but even her, like, she's light skinned. Well, she's fair.
Oh, she's not light skinned.
She's fair. She's brown, but she's not. She's not a dark skinned woman. So this is this woman is dark skinned and she's deep.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I just think that this isn't the movie to fight for that because of what it's about and the time that.
No, I'm saying that it's a positive thing.
No. I'm talking about women, like in this situation.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a positive thing to see it represented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but on the other side, I do think that I wish that she had just been portrayed as not having the weight of the world on her shoulders and not being. So this
is what I'm saying. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like this isn't the movie to fight for that.
I mean,
because of what it's about.
Vampires.
The weight of the world. She was.
But why is it on her shoulders?
Because she was the only hoodoo lady. If not for her, Cornbread would have been all up and through in the thing.
Even look at another couple that was in that relationship, in that same fucking scenario where they encountered the same thing. The Asian couple.
Yeah.
Was that woman behaving like the mother of all? Mary also was in a relationship with Stack. Was she behaving like mother of all? I think there's something.
And in a relationship.
I think there's something to be said about the way she was portrayed. But that I get.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like, in this movie. But anyway, I haven't seen the movie with her being portrayed another way, so whatever. But I'm just saying that, like, it just made sense for the movie. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
But anyway, fantastic vibes.
Yeah,
go and watch it.
I think that you should absolutely watch it. And if you've seen it once, you should see it again.
Mm-hmm. I'm going right back. You should watch it once, watch a lot of things about it, and go back with fresh eyes. You'll probably get a different experience.
But it was great. When I went to BFI, I was like, this screen is really big.
I don't even know what BFI is. So
Do you know how the British Film Institute? Do you know how they had certain cinemas where they were showing it in 70mm?
Yeah.
Did you see that video of Ryan? Did you see that video of Ryan Coogler? Basically, it was like a 10-minute video on Twitter, and he basically was talking about the different like film strips and like the different film thingies. I didn't understand half of what he was saying, but he was like, listen, we shot it in 70mm. So like sometimes there's certain scenes where the screen, like, you know, normally when you're in the cinema, it's like this, yeah? The screen like widens and it goes like this. And it just felt like you're just seeing, like my eyes were like, I've never seen so much stuff at once.
Oh.
So if you're going to go watch it again, you should actually go, because that's the only cinema in the UK. And it's in London, and you're in London. Like, you might as well just go and watch it there.
Oh, what? So that's the only place where is that where people are going and getting the strips?
Yeah, I think they're giving that film. That's why I wanted to go watch it again, because I didn't get no film. But then I was like, how many times would I see this film?
So is this BFI?
Yeah.
That I have to go and see? Okay, I will.
It's in Waterloo. That's the only cinema in the UK that's showing it. Okay. There's like certain cinemas that are showing it. I was like, thank God I live in London, boy.
Wait, certain cinemas that are showing it in 70mm or in
70mm.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'll go. Yeah.
But it was so good. I was like, wow, my eyes are seeing so much.
Okay, I'll go see it.
But yeah, is there anything else I wanted to say about this movie? Cornbread was so funny to me, man.
Yeah, Cornbread was so funny.
She was like, just come in then. I wouldn't have been, the discernment wouldn't have been in me. I'd be like, come in then, what's your problem? That's where the frustration would have taken me. I'd be like, come in, what's your problem? Come in.
You need to pray. You need to pray for discernment, because, child, I would have been like, when everyone was like, hold on, I was like, I would have been like, oh yeah, come in. What are you guys trying to talk about? Like, exactly. It's Cornbread. And Cornbread was hungry. So he would have gobbled them all up.
For the guy where they thought it was blood, but it was wine, and they threw him out, and then they couldn't get him back. I said,
oh no. Yeah.
He wouldn't have been much help anyway. He didn't seem like a useful person. So
no, he didn't. But you know what? This also showed me there are two things as well that we didn't talk about. One, men are chronically horny, because you see a girl drooling like that, and you don't. You think it excites you. You're like,
don't go.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Something's off. Yeah,
something's off. That's one.
True.
Two, I really think this movie should have been called Eaters. It was a lot about eating pussy.
Yeah.
And I love that. It was
very sexy, but there was no nudity.
Yeah. Because there was a movie I was watching the other day that I kept seeing the woman's nakedness. Oh, We Live in a Time. And it was and these days I'm really hypersensitive to seeing women's nudity in movies, because I remember reading something about how 90% of the time it's not necessary, and if you really clock it, you always see like the girl's nudity, but you don't see the guy. Yeah.
But then and also, I feel like men's nudity is it has to be his penis, really.
No, you can see his ass.
No, well, yeah, that too. But I'm saying, like, because they walk around with their tops off, like, that's not seen as sexualized. So even if a man's top is off, it's not equivalent to a woman's top being off.
But then they should show his ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but I'm just saying that, like, that's probably why it's also a lot more.
No, but yeah, so I really did actually like that there wasn't nudity, and it was actually a very sexy movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It was really implied.
A sexy, loving movie filled with drama and comedy and vampires.
Yeah.
Also, our Choctaw people, the vampire hunters. Shout out them, because I'm gonna say it once. I'm not saying it again. Do you know what I mean? I let you know. That's it. I've done my bit. Goodbye. The sun's about to set. I'm on my way.
People don't even have fear. The way he ran into your house was insane. Anyways, but again, it just shows,
was white like that.
That's what I was gonna say to you. That it just shows like he was white. They would have trusted the white devil over any sort of.
Do you know what else we have to discuss? So obviously, Smoke and Stack bought the juke joint or whatever, from the KKK, who were planning to come and kill them in the morning anyway. So it's like, you lots were gonna die. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, at least they had a nice party on the way out.
Yeah, but how did the KKK know that they would still be there?
That's what I thought.
Because this morning, do you think people don't go home?
Like, they came late. They should have really been up. They should have come at the...
Yeah, that was crazy.
But maybe they would have still been there. Maybe the party would have been jumping.
I guess so. But yeah, that was a fantastic movie. I love the fact that it only basically all happened in one day.
It was so good. Like, when they... Oh, and do you know what? Yeah, when obviously it starts and he's driving up, and then it goes back and it's like... one day earlier or whatever, and then there's a scene where him and Stack are like driving together, and Sammy's like, oh, can I drive? And he's like, yeah, on the way back. And then you just think, oh, he's the only one that made it back.
Yeah. And do you know what, when I was watching it, I was like, where are the rest of them? Because surely Michael B, like, why didn't he survive?
What, didn't you mean the first scene?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about him then.
I literally was like, oh, who's this guy? Because I just assumed that Michael B would be the only one that survives because he's the main character, and then he wasn't. But was he? Who was the main character in that movie? Who?
Sammy.
Yeah.
It was all about Sammy. If there was no Sammy, there would have been no movie.
I guess so. Because Sammy was the one that drew
Sammy's gift.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they threw Sammy out, what's his name? Remember, it could have been like, cool, thanks, babe. And he would have been on his way.
Yeah.
With his new gift.
Yeah, that's true. That's what he said. He said, I only want him, actually.
When he started doing the Lord's Prayer, I said, girl.
But I loved that scene because it shows you that the devil knows the Bible probably better than you.
Of course he does. He was one of them.
And he will come.
You'll see.
He'll come to you and he'll tell you things you know and understand. Somebody else was saying it. The whole movie is about what you allow, like, what are you allow into you or into your space. There's just so much to this
They
about.
didn't allow, Grace allowed him in anyway. Yeah. But we've spoken about Grace already. But yeah. All right, well.
Watch it.
Next week is going to be what we were supposed to do before, which was, I'm not going to put the trailer again, guys, because it's just kind of long, like having to add it and then do the editing, You know the trailer, it's there. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I will do, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. It's a documentary that Florence hasn't seen. I believe she hasn't seen it, and so I'm going to tell her about it. If I can remember, because I watched it so long ago. So we will see. But that'll be next week, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. All right, guys.
All right, well, till next time.
Bye.
And what's the problem there?
I got a human foot.
Have a what?
A human foot. And it's plumb nasty, got me grossed out.
I had seen the grill and ended up buying it. And I opened the grill up, and there's a foot, 5 toes and 5 toenails. I decided to keep it.
The Smoker Grill is now a tourist attraction.
I can't believe. Who is this guy? That's my leg.
He lost his leg 3 years ago, and that's just one hurdle life has thrown at him.
I've been shot, run over by a state dump truck, electrocuted. I've been through a lot.
An unbelievable character, isn't he?
A gentleman told me today I was a household name in Hollywood, California.
Everybody around here knows him as Footman.
Some folks just call me Foot for short.
It is a freak show, no question.
It's a funny story, but it's born of tragedy.
I lost my leg in a plane crash, and I lost my father.
When I was a kid, I made a wish. One day I might be a movie star.
He likes the spotlight. It's all he thinks about. It's just took him over.
After the crash, they send you home with a can full of Oxycontin and nobody says anything about the addiction. That's what about killed me. And I would have just kept on doing what I was doing. It's really all I had was that leg.
If he can hang on to this leg and keep it in this world, then that's his dad.
This leg is giving him a purpose.
There must have been 50 cameras clicking and flashing. None of that had ever happened before in my life, and that's something you'll never forget,